It is time for some over and under, and to get things started off, I want to welcome Mr. Rev Trev from Kempner Canucks to the show. Welcome, Rev Trev. How are you doing today?
I'm doing awesome. Thanks for having me on. I need to talk about Canucks content because all the insiders have gone on vacation, and I got lots of creativity stuff coming. So, but this one I'm really excited about. I'm pumped about this video. So thanks for having me on, and I'm pumped to do a collab as well with Jacob.
Yeah. Speak of the devil, Jacob Schatz is here. What's going on, my dude? From Jake Takes Hockey. Are you an Oilers fan still, or are you back on the Canucks bandwagon?
Yeah, no, it's I'm back to being a full-time Canuck again. It was a lot of fun. It was a fun ride, but I upset some of my followers there, and I thought, I got to backtrack a little bit. And yeah, full-time Canuck fan. I'm also super happy to be here. It's fun to be here with Rev Trev. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun, guys.
How many showers did it take to get all the oil off?
Oh yeah, no, it was. It was tough. You know what? I usually don't bandwagon like that, but I uploaded a couple videos and the Oilers fans were on my back there in a good way. So I was like, I'm going to ride this out and see how it goes. But no, I'm over it now. They're out of my system.
Hey, Rev Trev,
I did
strong.
some of those videos as well, and my viewership went down. So I just stopped.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, screw it.
I literally just wrote off the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm like, I'm done with this. The Abbey Canucks are playing for the Calder Cup. I'm going to cover that instead. So I just completely abandoned the NHL for the AHL for this season, at least.
Yeah, I went the opposite route there. It was working for me, surprisingly. So I just stuck with the Oilers once I figured out that stuck.
Okay, so what are we doing here today, guys? We're going to be looking at, this is all the top 10 scores from the Vancouver Canucks for the last season for 24-25. Considering that Teddy Blueger's in the top 10, that's a little concerning for me looking back. But obviously, it was the season of hell for the Vancouver Canucks. But we're going to look at how positive our content creators for the Canucks are feeling. So I brought on Rev Trev and I brought on Jake's Takes to chat about what they think the Vancouver Canucks will be doing for next season when it comes to point totals. That could be goal totals, assist totals, or just point totals, depending on what you're feeling. So what we're going to do is I'm going to ask Rev Trev what he thinks about the individual players. And as we go, you're going to see our numbers updating here at the top of the screen or just below each individual content creator. So let's start off Rev Trev. So we can tell me how many points each player is going to get, starting with Quinn Hughes, and tell me why you think he's going to get that point total.
Well, to start off, I've been saying for a bit, I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're going to find a way to make the playoffs this year. And I know that everyone thinks I'm nuts when I say that, but I really do feel like there's a path to the playoffs. And so if that's the case, if I truly believe that, which I do, I would think that Quinn Hughes is going to have a better season. Now, granted, he missed 14 games. So I'm going to do 86 points for Quinn Hughes, and I'm going to give him 20 goals. So 66 assists. That's what I'm going there. I believe in Quinn. I think this is the part of the path where he stays and resigns. So I'm all in. I'm positive. I'm Mr. Positivity. We're playoffs. We're signing Quinn. We got this. Okay.
That's good to see. And I mean, at the end of the day, Quinn was playing at about a point a game, a little over a point a game. So 86 points seems very reasonable, and that would bring him in at plus 10 over his point total from this season. So, Jacob, are you feeling the positivity on Captain Quinn Hughes? What are you thinking he's going to finish off with this season?
Yeah, that looks like a good number you got there. I'm gonna go a little bit higher. I think I'm actually gonna go 95 points. I want to say 100 just for dramatic flair, but I don't want to set the standard too high. But I'm gonna say 95 points. I feel like he's gonna get 100 points at some point in his career. I think he's that freaking good. Also loved your video, by the way, Rev, there, because I watched that last one, and it got me now hoping that they're going to make the playoffs. I think that was some very good takes there. So it's got me hyped up for next year now. For goals, I'm going to go maybe 19. I feel like that's good. And if you could do the math for me,
we're going to let the Google sheet do the math for us here. Booyah.
Yeah, wonderful. It's a little bit high, but yeah, I like it.
This video is actually me secretly trying to make people watch me spreadsheets. So that's what's going on here. Jacob, Brock Besser
Company's gonna like
re-signed.
hire you.
Yeah, exactly. Someone please hire me at the Canucks. Brock Besser signed out of nowhere on January the 1st or July the 1st, January. Ended up with 50 points last year, did miss some games, was 25 goals, 25 assists. Does Brock Besser on his brand new contract come in with a higher point total?
Sorry, is that me now?
That's you, Jacob. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Yes. Yes. I'm gonna say yes. Kind of. I know it was a down year. It's kind of concerning that the second highest points of the team had 50 points. Like I said, I'm going with Rev Trev here, and I'm thinking they're gonna have a good season next year, and I think Brock Besser could be a big part of that. You know what? I don't want to be outrageous. So I'm gonna maybe 63 points.
Mhm.
I think that sounds normal. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know if he's going to be as prolific as a goal scorer. He could be. I wouldn't see why not. There's no reason why he wouldn't. Let's say 28 goals.
Cool.
I think that sounds right.
So that means at the end of the day, we'd be coming in with 35 assists. So 28 goals, 35 assists, a plus 13. So you got Quinn Hughes at a plus 19 and Brock Besser at a plus 13 so far. So Rev Trev, are you feeling that positivity coursing through your veins? Brock Besser coming into the offseason healthy, going to be able to train and maybe some weight off his back because he's got a contract for 7 years. What is he going to end up doing this season?
Yeah, I mean, if he gets only 50 points, we're hooped. So he's got to get more than that. But the problem is he plays really well with JT Miller. I don't know if you guys have heard, but he's not here. And
Still haunts me.
I've kind of talked about it a little bit on my channel. So he is a 30 goal guy in theory. He's had 1 year of 40, and his rookie season where he went to the All-Star game, he had 29. So I'm going to go on a limb, and I'm going to say he's going to break the 30 goal barrier. He's going to get 34 goals, and he's going to have 76 points. And if he doesn't, I mean, oh my goodness. I feel like he's going to be healthy. He's going to be happy, and that's going to work somehow.
Yeah, I can see that. 76 seems like just below a point a game. And with Brock Besser, we do expect him at some point to be out with some kind of an injury. I don't think he's ever played a full season. So that would probably bring him at about a point per game, which would be reasonable for him. Connor Garland also coming in with a brand new 6-year contract. The extension won't kick in until next year, but still some relief for him coming into the bank account. Pretty quick here. Finishes the season as well with 50 points, a little less on the goal side, 19 goals, 31 assists. So Rev Trev, Connor Garland, the Gargoyle, what do you think he's going to finish with this season?
Yeah, he's a 50-point guy. He literally gets 50 points. It's 46 to 52 every year. I'm going to say that he's going to get 52 points. It's literally what he does. If I'm wrong, I'll be wrong by like 2 or 3 points max, and it's below, not high. I'm going to take the high end. So I'm going to say Garland's going to get 23 goals and whatever that works out to be. So 27? No. 29?
29.
There you go.
Connor Garland to 29 assists and 23 goals. So that would mean we'd have 3 20 goal scorers on the team. So that's good to see so far with those predictions. So Jacob, one of your favorite players I know at the Gargoyle.
Gargoyle.
What are you thinking he's going to finish with this year?
Yeah, you know what? I think Connor Garland's going to come into next season with full confidence. He understands his role on the team. He drives play too now. He is one of the top guys on the Canucks. I'm expecting a big season out of him, actually. And I think the 50-point mark was reasonable, but I'm actually going to go with 60 on the dot. I think he could be the second line kind of player, or even first line, if they reunite the Joshua Bluger line or whatever. Why don't they just put that as the second line? It doesn't need to be the best third line in hockey. That could be just the best second line in hockey, right? Now I'm thinking far stretch, but I'm going to say 60 points. What did you have? 19 goals last year. I feel like I'm going to go with 20.
Yeah.
I like 20. I think that's a good number for him.
Easy math.
Yeah.
So 60 points, that'd probably be a career high for him too. Let's see. I think I even have the thing. I can pull it up here. So Connor Garland, 50 points last year. Let's see. Career high for Connor Garland is 52. Yeah. So Rev Trev had it right on the number there. So let's hop back over to this screen. And then Jake DeBrusk, streaky player, still managed to accrue 28 goals last season, a little lesser on the assist side, and ending with 48 points. Does his streaky ways continue, or can he improve his consistency and come with more points this year?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know what? I feel like this might be my first under. And it's nothing. I want him. I know he's gonna get top line minutes. There could be injuries. I know he didn't really get injured much. Did he get injured at all? Actually, but I just have a feeling
One game he missed.
Since he's so streaky, it's so hard to trust that. I don't know if he's gonna be in the right lineup combination, but I'm not gonna go far down. So I'm gonna say 46 points and maybe 23 goals. So I don't think he's going to have a bad season, but just to switch things up a bit, I got to throw one under for now.
There you go. So Jake DeBrusk continuing his streaky ways, coming in with 23 goals and 23 assists. Alex Edler's former number, that's got to be a good sign. That's got to be good karma, even though you've got him as a -2 over year. Rev Trev, how are you feeling about Jakey DeBrusk?
Well, the thing about Jake is that that was a career high in goals, if I remember correctly. So I feel like his goals are going to be around that area. So I'm not sure. Okay, let's just look at 27. Yeah, he's 27. All right. Everyone can't have career years, right? So I'll do Jake at 26 goals and 52 points.
Cool. Bringing him in at a total of 26. So again, you guys actually did the same thing for Jake DeBrusk without realizing it. Rev Trev has him at 26. Jake's takes hockey a little bit lower at 23, but you guys are liking him coming in at an even scorer versus setting up for the Apples. Here's the one.
Is he going to get that low of assists again?
Yeah.
Here's the other thing, Jake. This is the thing that we probably haven't considered. He didn't miss a game last year.
Yeah.
He didn't miss a game. So if he misses any time, I mean, I'm going to be wrong for sure. But you might be on the button.
You know what? I could have gone either way. I thought about doing a little bit of a higher number that might have looked ridiculous, but it's to be honest, even if he gets around the 50 point mark, that's a good season anyways. So, but he might get top line minutes. Like you said, he has 82 games played. We could be completely wrong on this one. That's the most fun about this.
I'm glad this one came down to Rev Trev going first. I'm not gonna lie, no offense, Jake, but I want to hear Rev Trev's take on this because by all accounts, by everyone who's watching him, everyone's like, "Oh, Petey's having a great offseason so far." What are you thinking, Rev Trev? Does Petey bounce back, or is he going to be an $11.6 million anchor?
Well, if he doesn't, we now are hosed with him for another 7 years. Well, it'll be 6 after this season. So this is why they said we're going to keep him. 26-year-old forward, chose him over JT Miller. In my opinion, they tried to trade them both, couldn't end up doing it. But the bounce back has to happen, and I'm not going to do a huge bounce back for Pedersen. My bounce back is 80 points on the dot, and I'm going to say 35 goals. What did he have last year? 15? Oh my gosh, that's disgusting. It makes me want to puke in my mouth. Like, honestly. 15 goals. This is the worst. And I get he missed some games, so I'll give him a little grace. But that is awful. That is disgusting. And so he has 102 points, 89, and then he follows it up with a contract extension for 45. And it's like, woo! And then everyone's mad at me because I just started talking about stats and facts, and then they all like lose their minds, and the PD police come and they're hunting me down, and it's like, relax, everyone. It's like, I don't know, you should be mad at me or should be mad at Pedersen. I don't get it. Okay, sorry, I'm ranting.
Rev Trev,
I got a little PTSD probably.
they can't be
But
mad
I'm
at
just
you.
saying,
You
if
just
he
gave him
doesn't get 80 points,
You gave him
like
a plus
he's an epic
35.
fail, and he needs to get to 100. He needs to get to 100.
That's true. $11.6 million. You should probably get 100 points, just like Mitch Marner did.
Well, here's the other thing too that's crazy about it is like, if he got 80 points this year or 60 points, we might have made the playoffs. And we had an awful year. So I'll say 80. I should pick 79 just to tick everyone off, but
Hey.
yeah, you know what? I'm picking 79. Okay,
we'll change it to 79. We'll take away one of his
he's
assists.
not even
there.
gonna get 80. That's how garbage he's been.
Jacob, how are you feeling
right
about EP40?
Love that take. The PD police, that's hilarious. I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what? 15 goals is disgusting. It's not okay. It's when you actually look at it on here, you're like, oh my god, like that was, it's that price point. That can't happen again. He has to bounce back. I'm just praying he does. I'm trying to back him up, but it is hard. It's hard. Yeah, you know, as much as I love to say bounce back, 110 points, that's never gonna happen in a million. You never know. It could, but I think you had a safe number at 79. I was actually gonna go 78, but that seems a little bit too similar. So I'm going to say maybe 74 sounds realistic. 74 points.
Under 80.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be happy with that. I just want to see him at least do something, drive a line, or just play half decent and be confident again. But yeah, he needs to get back at it somehow.
Did you have a goal total for him?
Yeah. So what do we got here? What did Trev say here? Okay.
His career high is 39 and 22-23. But he averages around 30, 32, somewhere in there, probably.
He's going to get top power play minutes, right? So let's say 30 on the dot.
All right. That's fair enough.
I think that sounds fair.
44 for the assists. So
yeah,
same assists.
That looks about right.
Yeah, but still giving him a plus 29. So even at the end of the day, even if it's not a 100-point season, that is a plus 29 over the abysmal season that he had this year. A man who had some career highs for himself this year, and I know one of your favorite players, Jacob, Kiefer Sherwood, coming in with 40 points, even 19 goals and 21 assists. Can he improve on his career highs from last year?
Yeah, but I do feel like where he was at last year could probably be very similar to next year. Because just in the type of role player he is. That's a tough one, actually. You know what? I will go up. I will say 44, his number. I think that sounds fitting to me. Nothing too crazy. Maybe we'll actually have him at 18 goals, so a little bit less and a little more few assists.
Yeah, we can do that. So 44
I think that
points.
looks good to me.
Yeah. 18
Love the guy.
goals and 26 assists. So improving on helping out. Maybe he gets a little bit more assists, but you do come in at a +4, which is fine with me because had a career season last year with 40 points, almost at that 20 goal total. So very exciting for Kiefer Sherwood to even improve on that a little bit next year. Rev Trev, he set the record for most hits. Can he set the record for his point totals again?
Negatory. Now listen. If you don't like Kiefer Sherwood, I'm going to question your hockey IQ card, okay? This guy is exactly the kind of player you want. Of course, we all love him. And every Canucks fan has to love him, especially at his price point. Who would have guessed in a million years that a forward would destroy the hits record, right? So, but part of it was, not only was he fantastic, there was a ton of injuries for us. And so I think he played a lot more minutes than he normally does. So I'm gonna decrease his point total to 35. I'm gonna say he gets 15 goals. And it's no disrespect to him. he's just going to be playing more of the third line instead of second line minutes. Sometimes he was even on the top line for a few games. So I'm going to say because of health, but the hitting wise, he'll still be up there. I think he's going to be either leading the league or in the top 3, but I would guess that he's going to lead it. So
another guy
I really like that number.
Yeah,
that's a good
35.
number for him. I feel like I think that's I agree with everything you said.
Phil Hronek had a really good World Championship. Was the leading scorer for Czechia at the World Championship. Had decent point totals out here in Vancouver as well. 33 points. Did miss a whole lot of games in the middle of the season with very significant injuries. Ended up having surgery. So with hopefully a healthy body and a full season off training, Rev Trev, does Phil Hronek increase his point totals?
That's a good question. Can you go to his stats for me?
Yeah,
that would be really great. Sorry to
That's all
throw
good.
that on you.
That's all we got it right
here. But I just feel like there's something. Okay, with Vancouver, that's all I care about. 43, 28. Okay. So that's what the realistic look like is. That was a fantastic year. Oh, he only got 5 goals that time too.
Mm-hmm.
The most he's had is 9. Oh, that's okay. I was gonna give him 10, but forget it. He's terrible at scoring goals. What he's great at is stopping goals. So I'm gonna do 35 points, and I'll give him 5 goals. I think that's the safest bet. And I'll be cheering he gets 15.
Fair enough. It's still a plus, he's still moved up a couple points, so a couple more games played, but maybe he plays a little less minutes because he might actually be getting some second line minutes if we got a new pairing with Quinn Hughes. So who knows what we'll see. But still, a +2 for Hronek. I'm sure he'd take that. Mr. Jacob, Phil Hronek.
Yeah, that's
what do you think?
That's a weird one. 33 points he had. I'm gonna go under on this one. Yeah, you know what? Nothing crazy. I'm gonna say 29 points.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's any disrespect to him. It could go either way though. Like you saw that season with Quinn Hughes where I think it was 52 points or something, and he could very easily get back there. So I could be completely wrong. But I'm gonna backtrack just a little bit, just kind of what I saw last year. It wasn't amazing, but it was okay. Let's do 6 goals. I'm gonna say he's a goal scorer next season.
But Jacob, whenever he scores, I sit there and I go, man, he should shoot the puck more.
Yeah.
Right? He's got a bomb. Like, why doesn't he? It's like, because when it goes in, it's like, wow, that looked amazing. It's like, he makes it look easy. You know what I mean? It's all 5 of them.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely has a bomb. I'm actually shocked he only had 5 goals in those 2 seasons because I feel like I saw him score multiple times. I was like, whoa, like what a shot, but apparently that was only 5 times.
You might just remember all 5 of
them. Yeah, right.
Marcus Pettersson, Jacob, brand new to the team. This is his point total for his whole season. So he didn't score all these points for the Canucks last year, but this is his point total, 29 points overall, less than Hronek in goals with 4 goals. But playing on a really bad Pittsburgh team to start the year, does playing with a Vancouver Canucks team increase his point total next season?
Yeah, interesting one as well. There's so much depth with the forwards. I think he's going to be put more into a defensive role. I think that's what he's great at.
Marcus Pettersson is a defenseman.
Defensively, I think.
Are you getting your Petterssons confused, Jacob?
Yeah, right. I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna go 32 points. I feel like that's good. I'm gonna go over just a little bit. I think. Let's get crazy here. Let's say 7 goals.
Get wild.
Crazy today. Yeah. But I honestly, I kind of just wanted to stick with the same number. I don't think he's going to do much different from that. But you're right. He was playing on a very bad Pittsburgh team. So, and he has a prominent role with the Canucks. He's a leader in there. So I could see him having a good season.
Marcus Pettersson did. It looked like he moved a little bit more offensively with the Canucks. Rev Trev. Do you think that follows through and gives him more points this season?
I don't want to overthink this, but I just don't see the offense. The only thing I see on the offensive upside is this assists.
Mhm.
So I'm going to say he gets 3 goals,
Mhm.
and he's going to have 28 assists. No, 30 assists. Let's
30
just go.
assists, fair
Let's go
enough.
next level.
So ends up being a +4, 33 points overall. So a little slight increase when it comes to the assists. So maybe setting some more people up playing some more offensive minutes. Coming back to the injury bug, similar to the other Philip we just talked about, Filip Chytil, who ended the season out of the lineup, has a series of, what did they say? He's had 5 concussions in his time. What are you thinking? Can he stay healthy and get a bigger point total for the Canucks?
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Is he even supposed to start the year healthy?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's the plan here? Like, is he going to start day 1?
That's what they said.
Wow. So risky. I do really worry about his health overall as a human being. I think he's a lightning quick forward. Yeah, this is tough. He's got to get plus 40 for it to be worth it. The question is, how many games does he play? All right, I'll do the big 43.
Mhm.
43 points. I'm going to factor in possible injury. 43. Oh, man, that feels like a lot. Okay. Let's do 20. I mean, he's got to be our second line center right now, right? All right. We're going to do 23 goals.
23 goals.
20 assists.
There it is.
It just seems low to me. I'm already second guessing this. Okay, just full send. Final answer. Let's do it.
Well, I mean, the luck that Filip Chytil had last year, he had 13 and 13, so the most unlucky number you can have. Now he's going into having Quinn Hughes total for the rest of the year, so hopefully you're right on that. His luck will change. Jake, what are you thinking about Mr. Chytil?
Yeah, what a wild card. I hate to do it, but it's going to be 35 points. Yeah, he's going to be a second line center, but I'm extremely worried about his health too. So I don't want to get crazy on this one. I think he's definitely capable of a 50, 60 point type of player one day. The way he came to Vancouver and the way he was buzzing around, the way Tocchet trusted him, loved it. But it's the injuries. It just comes down to the injuries, and it sucks because I would have a lot more belief in him as a player. I love him as a player. He looked great, but I'm going to stick with 35. Maybe 14 goals. Yep.
So a slight increase there.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is the most games he's ever played is 75. It was in his second year, and he had 23 points, okay? Then he played 74, and he had 45 points, okay? What's wild is he's like a 20-point guy for 6 seasons. No, 30 he got with us, right?
Yeah.
5 seasons he's in the 20s. That's awful.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
It's just health.
I'm
literally giving him the high end.
Yeah.
So the teddy bear, Mr. Bluger, who may or may not be with the team, depending on which rumors you believe. Jake's Takes Hockey. What are you thinking Teddy Bluger finishes off the season at, with having him finish 26 points last year?
Yeah. Please bring back the line, first of all, the best third line in hockey. I'll say it every time I see one of their names. Give it a try. I think they're all going to go in healthy, hopefully, right? I don't know. But it depends. I feel like could be at 26, but I can also see him getting 40 points too, which is wild. I know that sounds a little high for him. So I'm going to actually probably say 37. 37 sounds like a good number for him. Hopefully, and that's a good year. If he's in the middle between, Joshua and Garland, Garland's going to drive that line. He could hit that easily with a Garland. I think so highly of Garland that I think he could drag people up with him. He's like a Sidney. Well, maybe I'm getting a little outrageous. Kind of like a Sidney Crosby. He drives the team, right? I think Garland's the same way. Obviously, not the exact same. I'm just speaking my mind right now, but I could see him hitting that. I think 37's good. And what has he got? Let's say 10 goals. No, 11. I like
Getting
11.
crazy.
Yeah.
All right, Rev Trev, last prediction of the you got Teddy Bluger, 26 points. How confident are you feeling in his ability to increase that?
I don't think he's going to increase it. I love Teddy Bluger. I'm a huge fan. I was so excited when we landed him because I'm like, we need help with the PK. And this is the thing that I'm really worried about. Everyone thinks he's going to get traded. And I'm like, if we're losing Suter and Bluger, I don't think like this stuff grows on trees. And everyone's like, oh, we can find a guy. It's like people forget how bad we were for how long on the PK. And Teddy Bluger is amazing on that. Now, I know we're talking about points and offense right now, but I do not see where they reunite that line with Bluger, Joshua, and Garland. I think Garland is upgraded, and he's a second line right winger. So I think his numbers are going to stay there, but just a little bit less. I'm just going to say he's going to digress. He's going to get 7 goals and 23 points, and I know that's bad, but I think he's going to play more of that defensive style and keep it that way. So I want to go higher. I like what Jacob said. I feel better about what Jacob said in the way of like optimism, but for me, I'm like, I mean, not everyone can be amazing, right?
Yeah, I have to admit that your numbers sound a little bit more realistic. So I am thinking a little bit it's a bit of a wild take.
Well, Jake, I am classic, and Russ knows this, for passionate, realistic, and honest content. So
Right.
Exactly.
I might not be right. I just that's the kind of content.
You're right. Yeah.
Well, I want to point out both you guys have everyone finishing with more points other than Jake DeBrusque. Apparently you hate the other Jakes, Jacob. Rev Trev, you're saying Kiefer Sherwood finishes with a couple less after a career year. And then Teddy Bluger, you got him down. And then Phil Hronik on your side, Jacob, you got him down. But overall, you can see the ratings there. Rev Trev thinks that there's going to be a plus 91 when it comes to points. So if you break that up, ends up being probably like 45 more goals somewhere in there. And then Jake's Takes Hockey, just one more. So we've got very close here, 92 overall increase. So again, probably about 45 goals there when it comes to overall plus minus compared to last season. So at the beginning of July, with a roster that still seems a little bit raw, it seems like there is quite a bit of optimism. And Rev Trev, is your optimism a result of just how bad the Canucks were last year?
No, it's injuries. It's injuries. Everyone wants to blame the Rift for this and all the drama. The fact was, no other team had more injuries than us last season to not only all of our star players, but also a lot of our key players as well. So you do that to any team, they are not doing what they did, and we still almost made the playoffs. So I just feel like we're going to be healthier. And if Demko is as healthy as they're saying, I do think this is a legitimate, like they legitimately are a playoff contending, not playoff, possible playoff team. Instead, I don't think we're contenders yet. I think we're at least a year off of being somewhat back in the contender conversation. So yeah, that's where my optimism comes. I just think there's no way we're going to have that many injuries again.
So Jacob, you get the final word then. After watching Rev Trev's latest video about the Canucks making the playoffs, looks like you're pretty optimistic, just slightly more optimistic than Rev Trev. Are you thinking they're a little bit closer to that 199 point team, or what are you thinking?
I'm telling you, that video, health is wealth. It was right. That video helped me. It really did. I needed to see that, because as a Canucks fan, we have to get our hopes up. So it's a rule of being a Canucks fan. There's no other way about it. We want to go into next year thinking we're going to make the playoffs, and that's all I'm asking, right? I totally agree with everything. This is not a Stanley Cup team contender, but it'd be nice to see them get a little bit right on track again. They have a lot of good players. They do. They're just, the superstars are lacking. They need a guy, maybe JT Miller would be nice. That's what we're missing. But I think I'm going to go in optimistic for sure.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Well, it's glad to see that there is some optimism after such a dismal season. I think maybe the Abbey Canucks helped out a little bit with that too, with the positivity end of the year. But thank you guys very much for joining the show tonight. And we're going to be doing more of this moving forward. creating some more Canucks content for all of you beautiful fans out there as the summer rolls on. So until next time, I'll talk to you guys again soon.
Awesome.
Thanks so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Nothing is perfect.